green shirt comes in actually 3 colors. You know, this looks like a plain polo shirt, and I bet most of us have at least one of them in our closets, and to the point where they're rife. So you might wonder why anybody would want to create yet another polo shirt. But as I talked to the McLean couple, Catherine and Jared, I learned that there's a lot more to a polo shirt than I would have thought.
So they're trying to make a shirt that it sounds like can go beyond just sort of being casual out there on the golf course. They want one that can go in the workplace too. That sounds a little more upscale. What kind of attention do they have to pay to the fabric, to the buttons?
To absolutely everything, and you're right, it's fabric. The fabric comes from France. It's a blend of cotton and modal, which makes it softer. They've done a lot of details in this shirt, like a slightly longer sleeve and a slightly longer placket, which is that buttoned part that comes down the front, that make it more appropriate for an office, a little sleeker and a little bit longer lines. And then they've done absolutely everything they can on this t-shirt, including, or I should say polo shirt, including very careful cross-stitched seams on the inside to make everything lie flat and smooth.
You know, people think about what goes into a shirt, and you think, you just go out, you buy some fabric, cut a form. But I mean, how long did it take them to come up with a shirt that they would actually differentiate them in the marketplace?
You know, it took them 6 months to find somebody that could make the fabric that they wanted. It's unbelievable how long it can take to source these things. I don't want to suggest these people are unique. These are 2 entrepreneurs in Atlanta, Georgia, who are following their dream. But the truth is that the clothes that we wear have a lot more going on in them than we ever suspect, including sourcing the threads, sourcing the buttons, sourcing the fabric, sourcing all the little pieces that are taped or sewn on the inside that we never even see or thinking about.
Chris, what's the most expensive piece on a shirt? I know you've tracked this down for blue jeans, I think, in the past. Do you have a sense of what it is on a shirt?
It's almost always the fabric, because there's the most of it, right? The fabric in this shirt, by the way, costs about $6 a yard, and that's pretty expensive for a cotton blend fabric, because this comes from a factory outside of Paris, so that's part of the reason for the expense. The second most expensive thing is always the labor. It takes somebody a while to sit down and sew.
Yeah, no, it's a very good point. The labor goes into it, and that's true for any piece of apparel. Well, this is a very interesting shirt, $155. You will elaborate more on that and how it got to that price tag in Personal Journal tomorrow. Thanks so much for being with us, Chris.